So day 3 of the simplifying expressions, we're just going to bring everyone together and show you that there's not just one particular technique here. It is about simplifying. And as long as you kind of do a little bit at a time, that how you see it, but there's definitely not a here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3. You can really kind of go in your order depending on how you see it. And that's where I think a lot of students get stuck sometimes, is they feel like they have to do it one particular way, and that's not. And that's what we're going to show you right away here. So let's look at the first problem. We're going to go 3x squared. Get the pen. There we go. We're going to put that over 5y. We're going to multiply that by 2x cubed, y to the negative second power, over x to the negative second power, y to the fifth power. So, all right. So a few different ways we can go about this is, one, we could just multiply straight across. All right. Make it into one fraction and then simplify it. And that's what I'm a fan of. Let's get into one fraction and let's deal with it from there. So if we just multiply straight across, whole numbers with the whole numbers. So 3 times 2 is 6. All right. X squared times x to the third. Well, we're adding those exponents. So x to the fifth. And then, no, just the y to the negative second power. Now, I know I got to move him downstairs. But like I said, let's not do too much at once. All right. We're multiplying across first. 5 times, well, no one to multiply it with, so it's a 5. No one to multiply with the x, so it's x to the negative second power. And then y times y to the fifth. Remember, that is a y to the first power, so we are adding those exponents that's there. And now you can get a better idea of what's going on here. So the 6/5 can't be simplified. And this is where do a little mental math, which is fine. So x to the negative second power, you get moved upstairs. I've already got x's up there. I got 5 of them. So if I move 2 more up there, I've got x to the 7th. And then the same thing's going to happen with the y's, but we're going downstairs. You're negative, you get moved downstairs. I already had 6 of them down there. I'm bringing 2 more with. So that's y to the 8th power. So there we go. There's our answer. So, okay. Let's look at this from another standpoint. Let's do the exact same problem, but let's simplify it in a different order here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simplify my fractions first. So for example, the 3x squared over the 5y. There's no one to play with here. 3/5 doesn't simplify, no x's or y's. But over here, we definitely do. So again, number going to stay alone there. I can move you upstairs. So I have 3 upstairs. I move 2 more upstairs. So I got x to the 5th power. And then I got 2 that are upstairs. I'm going to move you downstairs. So that makes a grand total of y to the 7th power. Now I can multiply across. So check it out. 3 times 2, 6. X squared times x to the 5th, x to the 7th. 5, well, there's your 5. And y times y to the 4th. I'm sorry, 5y, y to the 7th, there we go, all right. And there's my y to the 8th. So again, I completely flipped the order around. It's just what's more comfortable for you. Just kind of depends on what you like. So let's give you another one here. And again, your particular order. You can go any way that you want based on what we just saw. We're going to make kind of it the same problem, but we're just going to kind of flip everyone from the standpoint of exponents. If you were positive, you're going to become negative. If you were negative, you're going to become positive here. All right, x squared, y to the negative 5th. All right, hit that pause button, go ahead and solve it. Let's see what you can do. All right, so I'm a bigger fan of making it all into one fraction. It's just kind of like because I deal with the whole numbers there. So 3 times 2 is 6. All right, x to the negative second, x to the negative third. So altogether, I have x to the negative 5th power. No one to play with the y's, so the y squareds will stay there. Now, again, some of you might have moved them right away. That's fine as well, too. No one to multiply the 5 with. All right. So y to the negative first, that's y to the negative 6, because we are adding that negative 1 and the negative 5. And again, no one for the x to play with here. So, all right. So now I'm ready to go. I got it into one fraction. Now I'm ready to simplify it. So that 6/5 is going to stay right there. Negative 5, yeah, watch your x's there. They're off to the sides. That's fine. They don't have to be directly on top of each other. I just care about I have an x, and I got an x down here. So I've got to move you downstairs, which makes it positive. combine it, and you've got 7. The y's, I got to move you upstairs. All right, so that becomes y to the 6th power. But wait, I already had 2 of them there, which is y to the 8th power. So there we go. All right. Let's go one more. All right. Let me kind of get some room here for you. The thing that you want to make sure about is your confidence with your technique. And again, multiplying across versus simplifying, that's going to make no difference at all. It's good to have somewhat of a plan going into it, but don't be afraid to take multiple steps. Like, don't forget, oh, I simplified. Oh, well, that's fine. You can simplify again. Don't worry about it from that standpoint. So, all right. So let's go one more here. Let's go to x to the 3rd, y to the -2nd, c to the -5th, over, and let's go 6 x to the -3rd, y to the 10th, and let's go c to the 7th, and let's raise it all to the -3rd power. All right. So pause if you think you've got it. If not, let's do this here. Simplify inside first. That's your big thing here. I could send that -3 in to visit everyone, but it's going to get large, and I don't want to do that. So I do notice that 2, 6 does simplify. Remember, it's just numbers, so it breaks it down to 1/3. Technically, the 1 is optional, but I'm going to put it there right here at the beginning. X's, Y's, look, 3 and -3. Oh, I was going to say they cancel each other out at first, but they don't. I was thinking 3 minus 3, but no. Negative exponent, it's got to get moved upstairs. I've already got 3 of them. I'm moving 3 more upstairs. That's x to the 6th power. The y's, all right. -2, so you got to go downstairs. I already got 10 of them, so that's y to the 12th power. And then the c's, a -5. And I'm going to move you downstairs. Okay. And I've already got 7 down there, so that's going to be c also to the 12th as well. I'm raising it all to the -3rd power. Now again, I'm not trying to do too much here at once. Okay, -3rd power. I like to, because it's a negative, flip the entire fraction and then make that exponent positive. So notice I didn't try to do that in the first step. Like, I just did one thing, and now I'm looking for something else to do. Oh, you're negative? Let's flip you. So x to the 6th is downstairs. 3, y to the 12th, c to the 12th is upstairs, and now we're raised to the 3rd power. Now I'm ready to send that positive exponent through. Again, I'm not trying to do too much at once, one thing in each of my steps. So 3 to the 3rd power, that's going to give me 27. And now with my exponents, we're multiplying. So 12 times 3, 36. So I've got y to the 36. C to the 36. And down below, 6 times 3 is 18. I got x to the 18th power. And there we go. Now I'm all done. So again, each of my rewrites was doing one thing in particular. I just don't like to do too much at once. That's where I make my mistakes at. Nice job. We'll see you later.